You finally created your budget. You're finally ready to take back control of your money and stop letting your money control you. So you created a budget. Now what? What's the problem? As you can see by the title of this video, I know why your budget's not working. We're going to discuss 5 reasons why your budget is not working for you. Let's get into this video. So why is your budget not working? What are you doing wrong? Well, this video, we're going to talk about 5 reasons why your budget is not working. So one of the biggest reasons why your budget is not working is because you're not tracking your expenses. You are not keeping track of the money you're spending and where your money's going, which is causing you to go over budget. You're overspending because you don't know what you're spending. I know that they say one of the benefits, and in my video here where I talk about the 15 benefits of cash stuffing, one of those benefits eliminates the need to track your expenses. However, you do need to track your expenses in your budget. You need to be able to identify where your money is going in order to, number 1, you stay in budget. That's number 1. And number 2, that you're keeping things in line overall. You're aligning those categories with what you allowed for in your budget. You have to have spending categories, which are ding, 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 cash envelope. Okay. So that's one of the reasons why your budget is not working. You're not tracking your expenses, which prevents you from overspending. I use my Payday budget book, monthly expense trackers, to track my spending from a weekly basis because I budget per paycheck. I am a paycheck budgeter. I'm not always a zero-based budgeter, but I definitely always budget paycheck to paycheck. And one of the things I do is, as I spend money throughout that period, my budget period, my pay period, however you want to refer to it, I'm writing down all of my spending in my monthly expense trackers inside my Payday budget book. And then I settle out those expenses weekly, which means I take a look at all my spending for the week and I have a category next to each transaction. And so at the end of the week, I calculate them, I total them up, and it allows me to see that, oh, I spent $46 on dining out this week and I allotted a $50 budget. I did not go over budget. However, there are times you can go over budget. It happens, but I wouldn't say my budget is not working for me because I went over budget in a few categories. It is working for me. However, I spent more than I allotted, which doesn't mean I failed my budget. It just means I went over. I don't quit. I just make sure that I cover where that spending came from, and then I move on to the next pay period and I try to adjust my budget as needed, and we'll get into that. The number 2 reason why your budget is not working is you're not accounting for your leisure spending. Your budget is too restrictive. Come on now, you guys. We're working so hard. We're doing the right thing with trying to manage our money. We're taking care of our bills, our families, but we don't allow any playtime, any fun, any relaxation. You have to allow for a leisure activities within your budget. You have to account for those unexpected splurges that may happen. You have to somewhere fit in your entertainment and your fun. You have to include the downtime. There has to be a balance for everything. Okay, so the majority of your money is going towards bills, household items, savings, debt payments, investments, but what about those fun things in life that we all do? I don't care if it's going to the movies, if it's going out on date night. You have to account for those leisure activities, which is going to keep you more focused on your budget. There you have it. A lot of people feel like because I'm budgeted, I can't do anything, but that is not true. Budgeting should be fun. Every aspect of your life and organizing your life should account for some type of fun, leisure activity, whatever you want to refer to it as, whatever word you want to use. There can be a lot of words, like just you name it, but you get the drift. Number 3, why is your budget not working? I know why. You do not dedicate time to budget. Now, this is a problem I have. If I don't stick to my schedule of start prepping my budget on Thursday, look at my budget on Friday, because I get paid every Friday. I'm a weekly budgeter. So if I am not dedicating the time to do my budget each week, I'm going to fail my budget. There's no way my budget will exist if I'm not dedicating the time it needs to make sure, number 1, I'm writing out my budget. I'm looking at my paycheck, I'm listing all of my income, I'm listing all of my expenses, which are my fixed bills, and then I'm calculating what my variable spending will be, how much is going to go to savings and debt payments. If I'm not doing that every week, there is no budget. That should be the number 1 reason why your budget is failing, because people do not realize the commitment it takes in order to maintain a budget. It's not just, oh, I'm going to budget my money, I have this money, I'm going to throw it here, and boom, my budget is done. No. that's not the case. And you have to dedicate time to look at your budget regularly. Like, I don't just do my budget and then wait till the next week. I go back and look at it, because as I'm spending money throughout that pay period, if I'm spending any variable spending, number one, can I cut back on that variable spending? So that allows me to see that next pay period, I'm gonna put less money for food or groceries, or I need to put more money for food or groceries because I keep spending more than I'm allotting for myself. You have to dedicate time to your budget as you dedicate time to getting up and doing your makeup every day, you're getting dressed every day, you're making sure that your house is clean. Budget is one of those things that's gonna take time. It doesn't take a lot of time, but you have to dedicate some time. I don't care if it's 10 minutes a day, a week, however, it needs to go to your budget. You have to dedicate time to your budget. It's not gonna work if you don't. Reason number 4 why your budget is not working. You're not adjusting your budget as it needs. You need to adjust your budget regularly. And I don't mean daily, but I mean that once you do a full month cycle of a budget, so that could be 2 pay periods, that could be 3 pay periods, that could be 4 pay periods. Some weeks, it could be 5 if you're paid weekly. However, if you don't account for a month's budget, then you're not going to be able to identify the issues within your budget. You might not be allotting enough money to go towards your variable spending, which could be groceries, gas, transportation, lunch for work. Like, you're not adjusting your budget to say, I keep going over budget and dining out. What I need to do is I need to put more money in dining out, or I keep spending way too much money in groceries. So now I need to allot for cutting back on my groceries. I need to look at other ways to trim down my groceries, like meal planning. Meal planning is a sure shot way to make sure that you are being very effective in your grocery bill. But if you're not looking at your budget and making those adjustments, then your budget is eventually going to fail. It needs maintenance like anything else. Just think of your budget as getting an oil change or getting a tune-up. You have to tune up your budget in order to make sure that it is working properly for you. So whenever there's an adjustment that needs to be made, whether it's finding out if you can lower your car insurance, if you can lower your cable bill, if you can lower your cell phone bill, those are adjustments to your budget, and they're needed because cutting back on bills gives you more money to allocate to savings, investment, or even that leisure splurge moments that you need. So you have to adjust for your budget. Okay, now that we've got through the 1, 2, and 3 of 4 reasons why your budget is not working, the 5th reason why your budget is not working is, who didn't guess? You're not using the right budget. Budgeting is personal, and you need to find a budget that works for you. I get that you see all over YouTube, and it's the rave now. I get it. You see a lot of people doing these budgets, so you're like, oh, I'm going to do that budget. But that budget may not be the budget that you need. There are so many ways to budget. And me, I am a budget my way budgeter. I combine different budget styles all into one. I don't just use one budget method. Now, my high level, like the high roller level, is the 50-30-20, which if I can get to 40-40-20, it would be great. That is the percentage category budget. Okay, and if you check out my video here on how to create a budget, I talk about the 3 most popular styles of budgeting, and that is one of the budgets. But to me, I call that the high roller budgeting style, because that means that I need to get all of my fixed and variable expenses under 40% of my income. That means cutting back on some serious bills and spending. That's what that means. But I can do it. I'm not gonna say that I can't do it, but that's the high roller. Like, I'm working towards that level of life, okay? But you need to find a budget that works for you. Your budget is not going to work if it is not the right budgeting style for you. Paycheck budgeting, I recommend for everyone. That means every time you get money, you budget that money. You say and you decide where that money's gonna go. What are you gonna do with that money? So you're getting paid today. And better yet, you're getting your tax refund. What are you gonna do with that tax refund? So you're gonna sit down, you're gonna put that tax amount, let's say it's $5,000. You're gonna put that at the top of the page. Then you're gonna decide, what am I gonna do with this money? And then you go down the list, right? And you put that money where it needs to go. So I recommend a paycheck budget for everyone, on top of you're doing a paycheck budget. However, you wanna do a zero-based budget too. You don't have to just do one budget style. You can take bits and pieces of another and build your own. But the thing is, you need to figure out what budget works for you, and that is the budget that you need to use, because it's not gonna work if you don't have the right budget. So we've got through this video, and this was a quick one. Not a lot of time, but a lot of information. you need to realize the 5 reasons why I say your budget is not working. And then you need to take a step back and make sure that you're checking off those things. And if it's still not working, then let's go back to the drawing board and let me give you 5 more reasons why your budget is not working. But so far, let's work on those things that we've discussed in this video. I have 2 great videos you need to watch. Number 1 is how to start cash stuffing for beginners. I give a lot of good information in this video here. That is another good video. And then the next video is how to create a budget, which I've showed you guys earlier. And then the 15 benefits of cash stuffing. You watch these videos, you are going to be well on your way to having a successful budget and cash stuffing journey. You're going to start saving that money. You're going to start paying off debt. You're going to start investing. You will not fail. We can do this together. If you have any other questions, please put them in the comment down below, and make sure that you sign up for my mailing list so you can get my newsletters where I give a lot of helpful information on how to go through this budgeting journey. You're not alone. We're going to do this together, but we're going to do it. We are going to win. We're going to get those budgets working for us. We're not going to be working for those budgets. We're going to take back the control of our money. We're not going to be slaves to our money and let our money control us. Okay, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please, if you like this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe to my channel. And by all means, if you would like to see more videos or any other type of videos, put it in the comments below. Let's get to it. Thank you guys, Budget Buddies, so much for tuning in. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.